What's up, Marzo7? It's your boy Jack, and I am back with another video. This will be in between my Power Rangers series because I just got out of the Formula 1 movie. As you can tell, I'm wearing my Formula 1 merch, and it is currently 11 p.m. as I'm filming this. I went to one of the last showings of the night for this, by the way, at the Cinemark closest to me, and Marshall saw it, and I saw it. So it seems fit for me to make my personal opinions video on this. First off, what is the plot of the movie? Washed up F1 driver Sonny Hayes, who was currently at that point racing in 24 Hours of Daytona for IMSA under a one-race contract. He wins, of course. But then his old buddy, I keep forgetting his name. I forget a lot of characters' names besides Joshua Pierce and Sonny Hayes. And basically, he gives him a proposal. Join Apex GP, try to win, or at least score points so he can keep the team alive. So he does it. In his first test, he crashes, which is to be expected. The car is not performing well. You know, like AlphaTauri was, because this is the 2023 season. I have to say AlphaTauri instead of VCarb. Yeah. So, first races come along, and it's basically the two drivers fighting. And getting into crashes, red flags, no good results. Then Sonny Hayes talks to the lead technical director of Apex GP, and he kind of falls for her. But if you remember from the trailers, he says, we have to make a car designed for combat. And he said, who cares about safe? And we all said, the FIA, and what does he mean by combat? It's shown that he found a way to get rid of turbulence. He talked to the lead technical director. She basically made upgrades to the floor, which made it better for turbulence reasons. It works well. They score points, do some very much legal in the sport, in reality, good moves, and it's basically, I don't know how to put it, it's good until a crash happens. Two crashes happen, both drivers, in different races, one in Monza, one in Vegas, and they're both back to a slight bit of infighting. And then, I'm being very abridged here, by the way. Sonny Hayes comes back after the FIA found forged documents and wins a race and goes on to compete in Baja. That's about as abridged as I can get without getting to heavy spoiler territory. Well, still spoilers, but not heavy spoiler territories. But what did I like? I liked that they got the cars right. Well, for a modded F2 car, it was actually pretty nice. It was nice. I liked the cinematography, and for how many people hated the whole freaking romance subplot with Sonny Hayes and the lead technical director, I forgot a lot of these characters' names about it because this is only my first watch, by the way. So basically, a lot of people didn't like it, but I'm going at this from an angle of a movie reviewer, and I loved it. I like a good romance subplot compared to most movies I've watched. Most of them are like, oh, they fall in love immediately and they hook up immediately. But this one, it took its time. It introduced drama almost immediately. It was good. Except the ending where he leaves. Says, I'll see you down the road. And he leaves, which really sucks because I'd like to see him stay with Apex GP in a non-driving role so they can be together and not have that many issues, all things considered. But you know what? I'll take it. Final podium scene, we saw that in the trailers. Charles Leclerc was definitely holding back tears from losing constructors. You could tell. And I like how they filmed between two different seasons. One, the actual season, 23, then the 2024 season, of course. But the thing is, the con to that is you could tell when it's filmed by the type of, helmets and liveries and race suits and what the teams are wearing, besides Apex GP, of course. But you know what? I liked it. I liked the cinematography. I liked the plot. I liked every single thing about that movie, except a very small part of the ending. But besides that, I actually really liked the movie. I loved it. It's in my top 3 movies. Like, my top 3 movies are Top Gun Maverick, F1, and I got, oh man, this is hard. Oh man, it's a Sentai movie. It's the King Oger and Kyoryuger movie. That's just because, if you know, I watch Super Sentai, so I love King Oger because it's one of my favorite seasons. I love Kyoryuger because that was the first Sentai morpher I owned. Nothing. There's just something about it. I like that. But to my top 3, that's what I like. But what didn't I like? I gave the movie a 9.5 out of 10, which is really good, but there's still a few things that I did not like. I didn't like the fact that I didn't like the line, let's build the car for not the car for combat, but like, who said anything about safe? Because as an F1 fan, the FIA. But, you know, I can look past that once you get later into the film. But, there was a few things I didn't like. Like, well, not like Sonny Hayes' character, not Joshua Pierce's character, but the way they wrote the team was like, oh, they all work off one driver, and then Sony comes in and they all work off him. It's like Red Bull with Max Verstappen. Max comes in for years, and it's basically the car's developed around him, but this time the car's completely developed around Sonny Hayes, but then it adapts to Joshua. That's what I don't like. I like seeing a team have a car specifically tailored to one specific driver, the other driver having to adapt. And I'm also saying that because I'm a Ferrari fan, and Lewis Hamilton's now in Ferrari, so I gotta make the jokes here. But that's what I didn't really like how the F2 cars backfired, because they're not F1 cars, they're modified F2 cars. I didn't really mind it that much. It was a little distracting at times, but it still keeps the movie at a 9.5 for me because I can look past the fact. Also, I bought the popcorn bucket and I made it into my own custom version of Lando's helmet, like what I would do if I designed it. Let me go grab that real quick because I need a quick tangent because it's 11:04 and I really want to go on a tangent about this. Okay, I'm back with the helmet. Yes, my Naboo N1 Mandalorian N1 Starfighter was sitting up there. It's now on one of the bottom shelves, blocked by that because, yeah, I made my own custom version of the Blob helmet and everything. It has Lando. Then if you turn around to the back, F1 the movie, 4, McLaren, Twitch, you know, his race wins. Just some cute little details. Front we got like a smiley face, Monster Energy, you know, McLaren, his logo. On the back also has his racing number. Down this side is probably, and I got his, like for the connections to Hans' device, I got LN4 on both sides, and then on this side I got his last name, Norris. Lando, also got smiley face right there. Lando, if you want to use this helmet design for Coda, let me know, because I will genuinely send you every single angle I have of this, and I want to see this used in a race, or if I, you know, get a motorcycle, hopefully, I'll go with this helmet design. But basically, oh man, the F1 movie, easy top 3 movie for me, cause not just F1 vibes, but as like a person, a small short film actor that has respect for the industry, amazing movie. As a person who respects Jerry Bruckheimer's films, great film, and the way they just filmed it, it was beautiful. But yeah, that's definitely it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a nice day, and goodbye. I am going to bed. Peace.